We have.
Listen to the elf. He wants peace.
Yes.
Who wants a piece of the elf?
Tell me, do you know what...
Triple!
Who's been killed?
Where's that law warden?
Let me cross by, you bloody elf!
Law warden!
Law warden! He's dead.
Skeletons!
Maybe not.
There's a skeleton in there.
Yes,
Two of them.
Well, having learnt caution from my lesson at the board game, I'm going to go in last, but I suppose I better help out. Tally ho! Help!
Got him!
I think he's dead.
Who was guarding the rear?
The warden!
Well, being game for a dungeon has done me no good at all because, well, I'm dead. I was killed in the miller's room by a nan. So there's nothing more for me to do now but to go up to the tavern, have a goblet of coffee and discuss old adventures with battle-scarred trolls. In the Castle Tavern, recently deceased adventurers can be sure of a sympathetic hearing from Diane.
You say, what happened? They say, oh, I went into this room and he just attacked me. I didn't stand a chance. And you say, oh yeah, do you want milk in your coffee? Yeah, oh God. I got hit 3 times before I could say anything and it's just like that. And you I shout to my assistant, you know, beef burger and chips for this guy, he's just been killed. Make it quick.
But if you really want to survive in the dungeons, you've got to practice your skills.
Shorties now, so they won't go so far.
Like Christine here. She's doing archery practice, the hard way. For her 21st birthday, she got a broadsword from her boyfriend Mike, and she needed it.
My character was killed. I've only ever had one character in the system. And, in fact, Mike killed me. We had a duel. We used to
Your boyfriend killed you?
Yeah, we had a duel. We had a sort of disagreement with one thing and another. We decided it was difficult to keep characters. So to kill our characters off, instead of just leaving them, we decided to have a duel. Because the guild we ran was a Viking guild. So we killed each other and died in combat and so went to Valhalla.
I challenged Christine to a personal combat, a Viking home gang, which is an individual duel. We fought, and I then managed to kill Christine, and I turned around and attacked another Viking who cut me down, basically, because he was much stronger than me at that point. And we were then given a full Viking burial. Another Viking guild came out, carried us in to the armoury on shields and cremated us in true Viking fashion.
Come on, Calvert.
I don't think it's up to me to go in there first, you know?
No, it's not.
I'm a bit scared. I'm a roughly big guy. Back you up. I can't be waiting for
I will slay it! Double!
Triple! He's dead.
Steve, better take your hat off or we have to get your straw, I suppose. That was a pretty heavy-duty going over we saw you having in the room there. Are you hurt?
No, I mean, that is
Don't worry about it, that's just a tavern, you know.
Oh, that's not a hard fight at all. I mean, not at all. Mostly, if you go, you can get cuts, and if you fight a basic, which are like beginners, you know, you can get shield cuts, and some people lost their teeth. And
how important is this game to your life, Steve?
Well, it sort of gets you away from the everyday thing. I mean, you can come up here and you'll take on a new role, a new character, and you're like a different person, and you just go back to like normality. But while you're up here, you can sort of get rid of all this sort of aggression or whatever that crops up from normal life.
There's certainly no shortage of opportunities. Take Simon, or Tiger as he's known, and the tricky situations he's found himself in.
Demons. I've had a lot of trouble with demons. I remember one dungeon I went on. I was supposed to be the third person in the room, and one of the front rank guardians got paralysed, so I had to take his place. There were 2 demons in the room. I had to take one on my own. And a peculiar sword that I was using was made of stone. I had to move it very slowly. Sort of 1, two, like that. The demon was using its hands. It bear hugged me. It took me about 5 minutes to kill it, and by the time I was finished, I was completely covered with dye all down my back. And I only just survived that. So I was had a lot of armour to protect me. It was bad, that one.
You can always volunteer to be a monster and kill adventurers, or be an assassin and bump off anyone who gets up your nose. John here enjoys a good assassination.
Yes, there was one yesterday, in fact, that was absolutely brilliant. Guy comes out of his tent and he got a contract out on him for 1,000 stells. Just walked up behind him. Good evening, my man. Hand on shoulder. Take out garrote from pocket and pull. And he didn't know anything about it until he was dead. That was perfect. And that's just how it should be. Because with assassinations, there's two rules. You've got to do it clean and you've got to do it without witnesses. And there were none, and it was clean.
We're all a little bit in hiding. We're all watching each other's backs.
By in hiding, do you call being in hiding wearing a day-glow green wig?
Oh no, this is how I look. I mean, this is my everyday life appearance. I mean, outside there in the fantasy world where people delve into economics and, you know, going home to mother at the weekends, I mean, that sort of world is just fantasy. We read about it in storybooks.
We are actually married. We got married in March, but we haven't had time through the work pressure, to have a honeymoon. And the project that he's on is about to finish in 3 weeks' time, and we're going to have our honeymoon here. I mean, anybody can go to the Bahamas or the Fiji, you know. We're going to spend a week at the Treasure Trap.
You enjoy being a demon?
Oh yeah, enjoy being evil in general.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get into the characters in a big way when you're playing them?
Yeah, that's basically the idea of it. It's you find that most people's characters are an extension of their personality in some way,
yeah.
And putting forward that extension, people get very immersed in it and become. It's almost a schizophrenic in a way.
Only one of these demons has the bottle which contains my long-lost spirit. So can these brave and cunning adventurers manage to pick the right one and rescue me?
Spirit of who? Of Ben, the warden. Do something.
We are the demons of perhaps.
Maybe.
I see nothing I can do with these.
This is the spirit of Ben.
And the other is the spirit of whom?
Ben. No.
Death. Do you tell the truth?
No.
Do you tell the truth?
Yes.
Do you tell lies?
No.
Do you tell lies?
Yes.
Do you both know that one of you holds the spirit of Ben?
No. Yes. This is the spirit of Ben. No.
Fine. I will take this bottle. May I have leave to pick it up?
No.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I have this bottle.
Perhaps.
Daylight.
Teleported.
No.
I think we may have the right bottle.
You think I have?
Yeah.
It's the wrong one. I could have done it myself.
We must go and find his body. We may be able to return his spirit too.
Of course, being a weekend superhero is all very well, but there's a big problem. You have to return to the humdrum of the 9 to 5 or indeed the dole queue. But if you're a really good role player, that's okay, because you see, Monday to Friday is just pretend. Weekends is the real thing.